Rabbi, we in the building. Oh, yeah. While they arguing and complaining, we putting out the hits back to back, non-stop. Making it clear across the land with the brother Rod. Get him in the building. You don't want to miss this one. We hot. We live. Oh, yeah. Where is that thumbnail? Okay. Hey, we're getting it cracking, bro. I'm trying to find that thumbnail. Okay. Where is the thumbnail? Hey, baby. Hold on just a second. I gotta unplug that speaker. It's too loud. Hey, unplug that speaker right there for me, baby. It's too loud. Man, I gotta find my thumbnail, bro. We giving the brother Rod Hayes time because he's on a live on the other show. Let me slide this thumbnail to the thing, man. I'm about to crack heads and twist caps, man. Galactic cap twisters. All right. I'm about to go ahead and file some of these pictures because there's a lot of stuff now. A lot of classes we're doing back to back. We live, we lit with the brother Rod in the building, bro. We already hot, Rod. I'm getting the thumbnail pulled up right now. Okay. The science of the number 13, man. We got 13 colonies, 13 families. They hitting us with all this shit. 13, 13. I heard you say that was Big Mama's number one time. I think you said that. So okay, here go that thumbnail right there. Hey, peace and love, family. If you're just not coming into the building, we finna crack heads at Twist Caps. I'll switch it to that laptop.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you had one live tonight. What show you was on tonight, man?
I was on a Zoom meeting with some people that was asking for some guidance on some programs.
Okay. Okay. We live. Hey, you probably ain't watched that one I did on the 200 Falling with Moors. That joint going platinum, man.
Get them niggas, get them niggas.
Hey, look, cause they all had names like L, Al, the 200 Fallen niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder why.
Yeah. Where you get that L and that Al from? We already know where the Bay came from, the Turks. Where they get that L and Al from, though? They don't know that they came. Go ahead.
Turks is turkeys.
Yep. Go ahead.
Turkeys is feathers. Feathers is bays.
Uh-huh.
Bays versus L. Bays win. Feathers up.
The feathers won't beat them in the Conjure Wars, right?
Yep.
So what's the 13 connection with the Conjure Wars? I see they use a lot of 13, like 13, even the McDonald's sign and the Arby's sign. I'm about to pull it up right now. I'm just trying to get the thumbnail loaded up, and it's giving me a hard time.
You know, 1 and 3 also is a B,
Okay.
right? That's a B in flight.
Okay.
13 is the Queen Mother's seat. That's the center of the zodiac.
Okay.
The 13th floor is said to be bad luck because that's the rulership floor for the Queen Mother.
Okay.
So if you want to cross the Queen Mother out, you got to leave 13th floor off of the motherfucking elevator. Bypass Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All of it is symbolism.
All right, so the 13 colonies, is that connected with the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati?
Yep. The 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati represent the 13 banking families as the blood shield to conceal who they are. Each one of the 13 bloodlines got a different fake family up in front of them.
Okay.
And these are your bloodlines of the Illuminati.
Okay. Are they the dark Moor, like the dirty Moors bloodline, or just the tribe of the 13 tribes of Canaanites, so this and it?
No, see, Jacob means supplanter.
Okay.
They came over here to replace the people from over here.
Okay.
Who they refer to as Adama.
Okay.
Earthborn. Meaning that we from the earth. We are Adama. Adam.
Okay.
Adam. It's all the same word. We the earthborn. Right? They came down as Nephala, the Nephilim.
Okay.
Right? And they went on a rape campaign.
Okay.
The rape campaign tell the story is the sons of God or Yahweh saw the daughters of women that they were fair and they took all who they chose.
Yeah, that's right.
But what the women ain't had no say in that shit?
That's what it seemed like.
Right, because it was the rape campaign. Right? So they interjecting the Anunnaki blood into the blood pool of the mortals.
Okay.
What's the side effect?
Niggas is at normal. Like big niggas, smart, extremely intelligent, huge Shaquille O'Neal ass niggas.
Okay, so in the Sumerian tablets, they say the remedy for the affliction from the creation in the laboratory is 1 drop of Anunnaki blood.
Okay.
So now they spreading a royal oak, so to speak, in order to try to clean their daddy fuck up. Yahweh, Enlil.
Okay. Yeah, Enlil.
Right. Now the ones who still think Enlil a piece of shit are called loyalists.
Okay.
All right. They represented by the Stewart clan. The stewards is the custodians of the wealth, the money.
Okay.
So now you go Scottish Rite banking families in order to uncover who's the family that's going to receive the Scottish Rite line off of the loyalists who stayed loyal to the Earthborn despite they wouldn't drop Anunnaki blood. So they became repugnant to the rest of the black nobility.
Okay.
Because they chose the side of their motherline, the Earthborn.
Okay.
Right. So this is showing you how the conflict plays out across the lands. When they came over here, we wasn't calling ourselves Jews, Hebrews, Israelites, Christian, Muslim, Moor. None of that shit. We weren't calling ourselves none of that shit.
That's right.
But it's something inside of us where we know we the chosen of the earthborn.
Okay.
Our concept of God is not their God. We big mama kids.
Right.
We baby kids. We don't die, we multiply, motherfucker. The harder you try to hold us down, the more of us pop back up.
Right. That's right.
Now we all here at the close of the age to clean up the bullshit in order to get to the good shit. Blow that up.
I got it blew up right here. Let me blow it up some more. I got the Lees, the Rockefellers, but like these are just front families, right? For the real.
Yep. All those families conceal who the real dirty players is behind the scenes.
Okay.
Each one of these families work for one of the families of the black nobility.
Okay.
You know I got something good on the black nobility, don't you?
Oh yeah. Give me what you got for a pork chop. Let me give you what you got.
Hold on, let me go on my notes.
Because if these people, because I see when I go and look and study these people, the 13 families, and look inside of what they live in, then they live in like, man, they got fucking gold chairs and shit, gold toilets. I mean, these motherfuckers living it up, but they work. So if they living like that, how the guys living if they work for a living? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They balling like that, niggas riding around and jets and shit, got islands. If they own, do they own it, or they just trustees for these dark Etruscan dirty Moors? You know what I'm saying?
They just the cover. All of that is the property that the dirty Moors own. That's their shit. But they won't populate it because they created this racist dynamic that blocked their own self out their own shit. Dumbasses.
Yeah.
Pull that up. What I just sent you, Elder.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna get it. All right, let's see. Can I save it to? All right, hold on just a second. I'm gonna get it. Copied it. We paste it to this. Hey, Rob, by if you come into the building, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We about to crack heads and twist caps. You want to show the brother Rod Hayes some love? He don't do it for the money, but we dropped this cash app and the paying and the tags, man. Check it out, man. We live, we lit. Hey, we don't stop. We non-stop picture. They like, man, Rod and John Gill just want to leave us alone. They crack. We can't even catch up on the last shit that they put out. Yeah, we got about 30 tapes in the game right now, man. So it's gonna be a while if you newcomer coming in trying to catch up on what we got going. All right, let me do it. Let me pull this up. What you said, Rob. Okay, all right. Let me go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. YouTube.
I don't think it's YouTube.
No, I got it shared into. I got it saved into on another video so I can link it in.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so because that's the only way to let me do it. I can't do it on this video because it don't appear yet on my files, but I can do it on a video before that. Okay, content, bro. Okay, where is it? It's on this live video right here. The Origin of Moors pimping. Oh yeah, I cracked heads on that one, man. So yo, Big Mama used to tell him that drive, wet pee and the drive first don't match. That don't match. Man. You coming home asking about some money and you supposed to be having some money. But what you got, young lady? Oh look. Damn shit just won't work. All right there. Let me type in your channel. It's on this one right here. I got it right now. I'm gonna pull it up off of this.
I just got my hands on the Arizona Adobe Captain from Thursday Boots. I like the construction and the weight of the boot. You can feel the materials are great quality. The leather is thick and feels durable.
It's supposed to be on
This
there.
boot is part of the rug.
Oh, look, damn, bro. Is it on there? Hold on. Damn, I hope it did let it stay on there.
Copy it and paste it into the space bar.
Yeah, that's what I did. Supposed to be on there. Yes, maybe I could type it in. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. I can do it like this, Rod. We'll type it in like this. It's called the Causal Black No Really the Secret Treaty of Verona. I got you, Rod. I got you right here. Type it into the space bar. I got you. Okay, this is www.scribe. It's a book right here, Rod.
It's a PDF of some sort.
Okay, I got you. Document. I got you. 1, 2, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 1 / the / causals. So, hey, so the causal is two. The causals, that's the white front man, ain't the real causals. They like the front man for these dirty, stinky moves. That's hiding in the
Right.
back. And their whole game is to lock us in the matrix.
It's all about debt slavery.
Yeah. Treaty. I give a second. Y'all always trying to type. We trying to get you. I wish we'd have had. If I would have had it already, I would have already had it set up. But I'm getting it. I got to do it like this. We got to do it the hard way, baby. All right, here we go, Roy. I got it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay. Let's read the full descriptions. Let's see. Can I read a little bit of the document? And cautious, the Canaanites called themselves punchants. Romans attacked Carthage in full force beginning in 264 BC and completed their task after killing or enslaving every Carthaginians. By
the Carthaginians is
Yeah.
where Hannibal was from.
Okay, yeah. That's right. This is a document right here, but let's see, can I full screen that joint? Here we go. The Secret Treaty of Verona, Black Nobility. Oh yeah, we got him. This right here, what Tashri Baby talking about.
And now you about to find out what Ty's talking about.
We talking about. He said that they had met up. These guys met up on the island of the secret treaty was like the island of Jekyll Island.
No, that was for the Federal Reserve bill.
Okay, yeah, 13, the Woodrow Wilson Bank of America. Yeah, I put that out.
That was the Federal Reserve Act came from that creature from Jekyll Island.
Okay. So they because he said that the signature rate tricky of Verona, so that ain't connected with this, right? I mean, it's like later on down the line, the same niggas involved probably, but they ain't the same what Tasha
Not the same event.
Okay, all right. I got you.
but it's cyclic. It's going to be about the same thing. It's just in a different time frame with different conditions.
Okay. What part you want me to go over?
Let me read some of that. Let me see if I can get my. It's saying Carthage, the Canaanites. Now notice it's saying Canaanites, right?
Yeah.
All right, called themselves Punics. They famous for Punic wars and Punic victory, depleting your forces so that you can't win the next war. Rome attacked Carthage in full force beginning in 264 BC. This is when they inserted out around the time that Alexander had got the scrolls of leadership or rulership.
Okay.
So they're going to get the scrolls from Greece, but they have to fight their way through Carthaginians who was trying to slaughter their ass by sowing the land to salt so that nothing could ever grow there again. That's what they did in Ireland that caused the potato famine.
Okay.
Right? They used salt water to poison the land.
Okay.
They're just now recovering from it. And then they say the Edomites descended from Esau, later intermarried with the Turks to produce the Turco-Edomite mixture. These later became known as Khazars, who are mainly the present occupants of Israel.
Okay.
The Canaanites eventually adopted the names Sephardim, false Sephardic Jews, for deceptive purposes. The great majority of the Khazars became what are now called Ashkenazi Jews rather than Sephardic. However, obviously neither group of Khazars have any descendant from ancient Israelites. They later became known as Venetians, and by marrying into European royalty and aristocracy, the Black nobility. Ain't that something?
Right.
The Venetians today control the Federal Reserve System in the USA.
Look at it.
Around 1400 European power centers coalesced into two camps. The Ghibellines, who supported Emperor Hohenstaufen family, and the Gulafs, ain't that's pretty close to Gulam, ain't it? From wealth, the German prince who competed with Frederick for control of the Holy Roman Empire, right? So now remember I told you they was going to get the keys to the kingdom from Rome, from Greece.
Yeah.
But they ran into Rome.
Okay.
All right. The Pope allied himself with the Gulafs. All modern history stems directly from the struggle between these two powers. The Gulafs are also called the Neri, Black Gulafs, or Black nobility, and supported William of Orange in his seizure of the throne of England. The seizure of the throne eventually resulted in the formation of the Bank of England and the East India Company, which ruled the world from the 17th century. All coups d'etats, revolutions, and wars in the 19th and 20th centuries are centered in the battle of the Gulafs to hold and enhance their power, which is now the New World Order.
Okay. It's fire.
The power of the Gulafs.
Hold up, my bad.
There
you right there.
The power of the Gulafs would extend through Italian financial centers to the north of France and Lombardy. Where I tell you they was at?
France. Like the north, Italy. They read that area, that little area right, where, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, all Italian bankers was referred to as Lombards. Lombard in German means deposit bank, and the Lombards were bankers to the entire medieval world. They would later transfer operations north to Hamburg, then to Amsterdam, and finally to London. The Gulifs would start the slave trade to the colonies. The Gulifs, in order to aid their control of finance and politics, will perpetuate Gnostic cults, which eventually develop into Rosicrucian, Unitarians, Fabian Society, and the World Council of Churches. The East Indian Company, together with John Stuart Mill, will finance the University of London. A friend of Mill, historian George Grote, a founder of London University, donated £6,000 for the study of mental health, which began the worldwide mental health movement. Banks large and small in thousands are in the Committee of 300 network, including scroll down there.
Okay, my bad. Oh, they gonna blur. Oh, they gonna try to blur us out. Oh man. Hold up. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got it on my phone, but let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna send you another one now. So you see who these motherfuckers is, right?
Yeah. It's they black nobility. Man, look, this is the thing, man. All right, so man, these suckers need to come on out, show their face. I think they probably already been their shoulders. But I remember Bodie saying on that tape, he said, man, they called
Check
the
that one out.
Check
that one out. I just sent you.
All right, I'm gonna copy it. The imperialists. And then they're pissed off right now that I'm saying it. They go back 235 years and they're pissed off. I remember Bodie said it. All right, hold on. Let me get that one pulled up. I got you. I'm about to type it in by hand. All right, yeah, but I'm about to go back and get this book right here, Rod. That book there and go through it, bro. That's some heavy duty stuff right there. All right, let me take that back.
Well, is that the same thing you already got on your channel?
What'd you say?
We done already put that shit out there in the public.
Yeah. We already put.
That's just a receipt.
Yeah, that's right. We already hit their door like the Jehovah's Witness one day. We already knocking on their door. Say, hey man, what's up with that? What's up, man? Y'all shit bankrupt, man. Get up out of here, bro. It's a wrap. We ain't no damn free white man. Hey, so I hear like the Moors complaining, saying that they complaining about me, complaining about that. Hey, the free white man is wolf in sheep clothing. That's what the free white man means. I'm telling you. That's what that shit means. They avatars, niggas that look like us, but they ain't us. They took avatars.
They tell you that right in the Sumerian tablets.
Right? I'm typing it in right now. I'm almost man, I wish I had a better way of doing it. I'm gonna come up with a better way though to do it. Mobility. So these people are the real terrorists. The real, you know what I'm saying?
The original.
They terrorize people. That's what they do. And steal their land, burn them, mayhem, hang them. All right, y'all, just bear with us, man. We getting it typed all in right here.
In the meantime, y'all hit them like buttons, show us some love, give us some thumbs up in this motherfucker.
Man, we about to rock this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Big Mama's Babies is back.
They fucked around and let the GDs kick the dough in on them and they couldn't do nothing about it.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no Crip niggas right with y'all. My nigga, we right with the GDs, nigga. You know what I'm saying? My Crip niggas.
Crooked man walking, crooked man walking all across the land.
All right, let's see. We get a little bit of this action right here? Let's see what they got. Okay. Black nobility. Let's see. Maybe I could download the text right here. Okay, go back. Read full. I want to read it online. Let's read full text right here. Hey, look, that's the same niggas with the mask on wise shit. They were the niggas in the mask. That's why we couldn't tell them. It was a whole bunch of niggas in there. If you go back and watch Eyes Wide Shit, it was a whole bunch of niggas in there. They wore them masks so niggas couldn't see their face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. Can I blow it up for you? Let's see how can we blow this up. Shit. Blow it up, baby. Blow it up.
Right click on it.
Okay, right click. Okay, here we go. Right here. Hold up. Damn. Read full screen.
More action.
Capture. Make capture it, blow it up. Maybe I got to read it right. Okay, I can see it a little bit. It says Black Noble Terrorist Part 1.
Oligarch elitism.
Man, I can't even say elitism. I see that part. It says it is important to note that the European Black nobility is responsible for the
insidious
entanglement. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Of numerous secret societies, lodges, and organizations. Remember I said they infiltrated every organization?
The Black Devils.
Which are backed with high finance and powerful political connections. Some organizations include Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group, Council on Foreign Relations, United Nations, founded by CFR, Illuminati Order of Skull and Bones, Inner Circle of the CFR. Remember I told you old man Bush was running it behind the scenes?
Yep, that's right.
Right. International Monetary Fund, World Bank, Bank International Settlement, Club of Rome, Chatham House, formerly the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Round Table, Tavistock Institute of Human Studies. They was doing a lot of mind control studies at Tavistock.
Man, what is that? Okay, there you go.
Associated Press, Reuters, Rothschild-owned news monopoly, and many others, all of which work in favor of their one world government agenda. Then you got your table of contents. Where you gonna start at? Page 10? In mainstream historical books, the Black nobility or Black aristocracy are traditionally defined as Roman aristocratic families who sided with the papacy under Pope Pius IX after the Savoy family-led army of the King of Italy entered Rome on September the 20th, 1870, overthrew the Pope and Papal States, and took over I can't see what that word is. The Quirinal Palace and any nobles that were in allegiance to the Pope. You see what they did, right? Overthrew the orders. See, the Pope was coming out of Rome. This is when they finally conquered Rome. To mark the end of the 1300-year rule of Papal Rome over the state, in which the Pope was seen as both the spiritual and political leader of not just Rome, but much of mainland Europe. Now Italy and Rome would be under the control of actual secular political government, which at the time would be a fascist government led by Benito Mussolini. For the next 50 years, the Pope confined his, no, for the next, 50 years, the Pope confined himself to Vatican City and claimed to be a prisoner in the Vatican to avoid the appearance of accepting the authority of a new Italian government and state. Aristocrats who had been ennobled by the Pope and were formerly subjects of the Papal States, including the senior members of the Papal Court, kept the doors and their palaces in Rome closed to mourn the Pope's confinement, related to them being called the Black nobility. Scroll down, Nelly. Ooh. It was in 1929, during the Lateran Treaty, that a truce was established between the Italian government and the Vatican. The Lateran Treaty recognized the full sovereignty of the Roman Catholic Church in the state of Vatican City and would detail buildings and territories to the Vatican, which would be exempt from taxes. The treaty was signed by King Victor Emmanuel III of Italy, Benito Mussolini, Prime Minister and head of government, and the Pope Pius XI by Pietro Gasparri, Cardinal Secretary of State, on February 11, 1929. Ain't that something? The term Black nobility had existed for prior centuries in the reference to powerful families who moved to Rome to benefit from a family connection to the Vatican. These supported the popes in the government of the Papal Black nobility terror.
Hey, you know what? In that same month, in the same year, I believe they killed Noble Drew Ali, February 11, 1929. That's the same year they took Noble Drew Ali out, I think.
It might be the same day.
Yeah, the same fucking day, I think. Man, hold on. Let's look that up, man. Shit, this shit crazy. Hold up. I think he died like around that same time. Oh, shit. Did this shit line up, Rod? This some no, man. This some, you on their ass, Rod. Look, they're trying to throw some shit up in that. Look. Come on, baby. Don't do it. Don't do it to me now. Noble Drew Ali. Let's see when he died. July 20th, 1929. So a little bit at the same, that like a couple months after, like probably what, about 3-4 months after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew it was 29 though. Chicago, Thomas Drew Ali. Man, you on their ass, bro. Where is it? Right here. Okay, all right, let's scroll down. I wish I could blow this shit up bigger, bro.
Papal States administration of the Holy See, many of the members of the Black nobility families also became high-ranking clergy and even popes. Black nobility families, in this instance, family whose ancestors include popes, still in existence include notably the Colonnas. That's Columbus family, the Colonnas. The Maximus, Orsini, Pallavicini, Borges, Odesaki, and Ludovici. Major extinct papal families include the Savelli, Caetani, I don't even know what the fuck that is, family of the Conti. Famous members of Black nobility families include Eugene Pacelli, who later became Pope Pius XII. Close
my door. Hey, so what we these Italian niggas, because the Moors was in that area first, like you said, they was in that area.
Look, this is the thing. Go pull up Sicilians. Go to the images on Google.
Right. Okay, I got you. Sicilians. Not Moors, but okay, they put up goddamn. Look at it. Oh look, oh look. Let me save it in your folder. Okay. All right, we got more heads right here. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I want to see the people from Sicily.
Okay, all right. That's it right there, ain't it? Welcome to Sicily. You want me to type in people?
See, that's not, those aren't original Sicilians.
They're not the original, right?
Nope.
Here we go, right here. This lady right here from in Sicily.
That's what they look like.
Shit, she look like a Bantu. Okay, let's see. Okay, they got other people. Okay, here you go right here. Here they go right here, Rod. We got them right here. This is what they look like right here. I got them. I'm gonna blow them up. Hold up, Rod. Oh yeah, there ain't no Africans is in. What look like? What they Africans, Rod? What is it? Because it's the ones
Sicilians.
Wasn't Hannibal in that? Go to that area. Didn't Hannibal?
That's why they put a lot of the children from Hannibal's soldiers was exiled to Italy. That's what they look like in
right here, right here. This is what the people in
Sicily. This is what the Sicilians look like.
Them look like them dog skin moguls. They got
so this is why they got them Italian names, but the names they change their names all the time.
Okay.
Every so many years they change their names so you can't keep track of them.
Wow, this is crazy. Look at the nose, look at the features. They look like they got some like Nigerian or something mix. Okay. So when they brought the 13 colonies, we're gonna go back to that we was reading, but just to add to because this right here sound it lines up. The Noble Drew Ali getting took out the same year they made the treaties. So Noble Drew Ali must have rearranged a lot of shit for him where he set them back. You know what I'm saying? And then I was wondering why would he call it the Canaanite Temple unless he was trying to like go under the radar. By calling it the Canaanite Temple, they would think that he wanted them. You know what I'm saying? What you think? Well,
but if you're from the land, right?
Yeah.
If you're a chief from the land, you wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. The only similarities in the Canaanites and the Israelites is the number of clans.
Okay. 13 and a 12. Which was
okay, so it's 13 with both of them.
Okay.
The Canaanites, Canaan had 12 sons.
Okay.
Just like Jacob had 12 sons.
And one daughter.
Right. And I think Canaan might have had a daughter.
Yeah, his name was Irish. She married Javan.
Okay, now mirroring the tribes.
Okay.
That's what they doing. They mirroring the tribes, working together from a distance.
Okay.
They still fall up under children of Noah.
Okay.
Right? Now, the only difference is Jacob is still in Esau's birthright.
Okay.
As an Israelite. And Canaan is making his own way across the land, his progeny.
Okay.
You see the difference?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. I'm with you.
Okay, now, all of the stuff that's supposed to went to Edom is now stolen by Jacob.
That's right.
So Jacob is the one who's actually doing the stealing, and he's sanctioned by Yahweh.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Right? So it's telling you the story. Now, why did they do 13 colonies? Each one of the colonies was set up by a different company.
Okay.
The 13 companies no longer look like this. Go to Google and put in America's 13 Federal Reserve banks.
That's right.
Just put in Federal Reserve banks.
That's right. They're gonna tell you 12, but forget with DC.
The 13th is in DC.
That's right.
Which is actually the first.
Right.
Map.
Here we go, right here. Let me put up the
There
map.
you go, first one. Now you see where the 12 colonies went to now you got your 12 regions.
Mm-hmm.
So your 13 colonies, it's still 13, but look at the position change.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see what happened. Okay, hold up. Damn.
I think you just want us to see how fresh you look with your Elijah Muhammad Scully on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, hey, man, you know, it's one of my teachers, man. A lot.
Okay, now you see where they all at. Now you see DC just got a star there.
Yeah, right there. The 13th, yep. Right there.
The 13th being concealed is
Okay.
still there.
Yeah.
Now that's a far cry from the original where they was originally at.
Yeah, right here on the east.
Right. This is the rezoning according to the 13 colonies, which is all owned by one of the 13 banks.
And that's Woodrow Wilson, the Woodrow Wilson deal right there. 1913.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is why Martin Luther King was talking about they was mechanizing the farm, giving millions of farmland away to the settlers.
Mm-hmm.
These settlers came in after they came in through Ellis Island,
Mm-hmm.
right? They came in so we could put friendly faces where we couldn't even get in the door,
Okay.
right? So the side effect is the fake government now had to figure out what to do with all of these pale faces they got. So they branched out across the land. They needed more property to put more people.
Mm-hmm.
But the more property they took up, the more they disenfranchised the people who was already there.
Mm-hmm.
That was us.
So secretly, these 12 banks or 13 banks is owned by these hidden dark-skinned Etruscan Moors who using the skull and bone guys and the Boule guys and these so-called Illuminati government niggas as they head the guys that work in their company, like president. That's like the president of the company. He not the owner. He just like a nigga that they put in charge.
Yeah, that's exactly correct, Elder.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that we see representing these banks, they just the people that work there. You're not gonna never see the owners. The owners are all in upstate New York, and New Jersey and gated communities, and they all over in Switzerland, France, and Italy, pulling the strings from the distance.
And it's a part of them. To me, it's a part of them in New Orleans and Chicago, and a part of when I'm in Hollywood. Some of them in Hollywood.
Yeah, they created Hollywood for propaganda machine. We had to tear Hollywood down, so Tyler Perry had to build a Hollywood in Atlanta.
That's right.
See the difference in the distance.
Yep, that's right. From here to here. Conjure Wars still going on right there.
The Disney Castle, pull that motherfucker up.
All right, I got you. Let's get them. Oh yeah, everybody get them now, y'all. The Walt Disney Castle. Oh shit. Let me get a couple pieces. I know Walt Disney was one of them clowns that know about the mounds. You know what I'm saying?
He was a 33-degree Mason.
Yeah, that's right. He's one of them damn Shriners. I know. Yeah, we got you, nigga. And they trafficking little kids at them. You said they were trafficking little kids at Walt Disney. On the ground.
Hey, you see this here?
What you got?
This building used to sit on Alcatraz Island.
Okay.
That was the castle of Queen Califia.
Okay.
When they sacked her island and turned it into a military base. And then they turned it into a prison. Go pull up Alcatraz and put a side next to this. This is why they talk about Queen Califia lived on an island. This used to be a resort island for her family. Special occasions and shit. They used to have had a family used to catch a boat over there.
All right, here we go. Let me pull it up for you. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go, Rod.
That castle used to sit up there.
Hmm.
And when the Spanish Armada sacked the castle, they tore it down with cannon fire.
Okay.
But they kept the island as a token. It's a victory celebration. This castle used to sit on that island.
Okay.
This castle is a replica of the castle of Queen Califia that used to sit on that island. Now let's just go to Alcatraz Island by itself.
Okay, all right. This is a top view. Right here.
You see how big the island is? Not very big, is it?
Yeah.
But that's where the castle, that used to be where Queen Califia's castle used to sit.
Queen Khalifa was an army. So let me get a picture of her just for people get just on people that don't know.
Put it on up. Show them what we talking about. They tell the story as a fiction, but this is where a castle was. The Disney castle was the replica that they built on the mainland.
This is a picture they had up right here too. They know she was Nubia. Really, I think she was a Washita. Could have been. My hair texture and stuff. We know it's right here all pains, but all right, let me pull it up real quick. I got you right here, Rod. All right.
Get them niggas out.
All right, man. Look, hey, we done already finished tomorrow. Hey, they say, man, these boys right here, they put in their work for real, for real. All right, so this a picture right here, like a little picture of her. Let's crank it. All right, let me blow that up for you. Come on, right there. All right, here we go. Khalifa. She got the feathers.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's a book out that I read. It was in German, and I was like, "Why is she arguing in German court?" Well, they had her up in German court arguing about her land, and I was like, "Why the hell is the Germans arguing with her about her land?"
Why did they sign a fucking treaty about America and France?
Yeah, right. And you know, they label her, if you read the documents, the court, they got court documents where she was arguing about the land, the California land. And in the documents, they made her out to be a crazy woman. They said that she was a crazy, outrageous woman, and you know, they just blowed her off about the land.
Yeah, because she wasn't buying their bullshit and was cussing their ass out like Big Mama normally would do.
Uh-huh.
That's how you know that. That's how you know that they telling you that she was real.
She said they
They
said
be trying to convince us that all of our shit is mythology and all they shit is factology, and it's the other way around. His story is for him. Our story for us.
So
You
showed
you let him tell you where you came from. You need to tell you where you're going.
And they knew, like in that document, I'm gonna try to probably do a tape on that while I read over the documents, the court documents, and it's in that they had it where she was in the Germans was over here.
You see what she dressed in those Oshun colors, right?
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
That's a golden lady.
Okay.
She's grand matriarch. She was the priestess raised after the order Oshun for her sweetness.
Okay.
Right. So they want us to think that all our shit made up. But we got too many physical representations of it to show to people, and they can sense that it's the truth.
So people saying in the chat. This was another little paint of it. The rainbow. Just like
they invest in a whole lot of energy into a myth. Wouldn't you think? Why would you invest all this energy into some shit that ain't got no truth?
Yeah, right. Why would you make up the story about Khalifa? And that her land was real valuable because y'all wanted to steal her land to make wine because California got a lot of vineyards. She had a lot of vineyards on her land, and they wanted to. They go into it on that book, man, where they wanted to steal her land because it was wine companies and shit. It was a whole bunch of shit lined up to them making her look crazy and just pretty much say she was a crazy nigga that this ain't your land. We taking it. We don't know what you're talking about. This and it. They try to paint her as to be a hooker. Like,
okay, look, pull up a picture of Queen Khalifa Island and look where it's at.
I got you. Queen Khalifa Island. I typed that in. Queen Khalifa Island.
Map. Put map behind it.
Okay, let's take a map. Okay. Oh shit. Oh yeah, it's right off the same place, Rod.
And then pull up Alcatraz on the map.
All right.
And you're gonna do it side by side. Since I'm making this shit up.
Nah, we ain't making it up because I had the idea on this. Okay, let's do a map view. Oh shit. Off of California. I need to do off California. Yeah, Rod, you always be bringing it, bro, every time. Here you go right here. Oh shit, Rod. It's right off the coast, the same spot. Oh, let me find a good one. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let's find a good one. All right, is it the same? Hey, it's the same damn island, Rod. Hold on, let me put it. It's like the bay, the bays. Hold up. Let me do it side by side. This is the island. Let me do it side by side real quick. Okay, that one and that one. Oh, let me blow it up for you. So San Francisco, it pretty much was the same shit. Hold up, man. Damn. All right, there you go.
Yeah, Alcatraz in the San Francisco Bay.
Yeah, right here, the same island, right here off the coast, right here, the same area, the same shit, the same place. This is an island, and this is the island right here.
Okay, do you see Alcatraz where it's pointing Alcatraz at?
Yeah, Alcatraz is right. says South Carolina. I think it's it just said when I pulled it up, it said this island. This island was on this island. And this right here was the same, it's the same island right here. And I think
it's in the bay. Ain't nothing on Alcatraz Island but Alcatraz.
yeah,
But that still show you the territory of Queen Khalifa is real.
Yeah, right there. And it's like actually right here, like right here. See this island there right here? The same land right here. The same damn land, bro. The same damn land. So I want to know what the fuck the Germans was on trying to get her land. Like I ain't read the whole documents because it was like boring and shit, but the part about the go ahead.
Okay, go to Google.
Okay. I make Google.
Go to the main page and type in Berlin Conference.
That's what it did. It was talking about the Berlin Conference in there too, with Queen Khalifa. I forgot the key word, Berlin Conference.
This is when they divided Africa up, but you think they wasn't dividing America up too?
Right. That make a lot of sense now, Rod. That make a lot of sense. Yeah, see now it's pulling it up. Okay. What the heck with Queen? And then she was in international court arguing with the Germans. International court, my nigga. In that book. So you gonna be typing Queen Khalifa Berlin Conference or just Berlin Conference?
It's just Berlin Conference. Let's go to we can read the wiki definition of what it is.
Okay, it is
right there. Pull it up with a Wikipedia.
Okay, we got it.
You just need to read the introduction to tell you what it is.
All right, it's a Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, also known as the Congo Conference, Central Africa, Congo. Pronounced as the West African Conference, okay? Regulated European colonization and trading in Africa during the new imperialist period and coincide with Germans. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sudden emerged as an imperial power. The conference was organized by Otto von Bismarck, the first chancellor of Germany. Its outcome, the German Act of Berlin Conference, can be seen as the formalization of a scramble of Africa. But some historians warn against the overemphasis
of his role in the colonial partitioning of Africa and extensively justify the motives and outcome of the conference by drawing attention only to bilateral agreements concluded before and after the conference, whether in force or not in practice. The conference contributed to the ushering in a period of heightened colonial activity by European powers, which eliminated and overrode both existing forms of African autonomy and self-governments. Of the 14 countries being represented, 6 of them, Austria, Hungary, Russia, Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, and the United States, came home without any formal possession in Africa. And why is that so?
Go ahead.
America did come out because look at the year.
Okay.
All right, now pull up the Liberia movement.
Okay, I got you. We're gonna keep that pulled up. Let's come back to that. The Liberia movement. Let's get them niggas, man. Then we put up on this on the last show.
This is a mirror state to Texas.
Movement.
Do you hear what I say?
Yeah, my state or what you mean? What state?
Liberia is a mirror state to Texas.
Okay.
They both the Lone Star State.
Okay, Liberia movement. Let's see. All right, let's see if I can get it. Okay, Liberia movement. That's what we're getting right here. Let's see. This is a news article.
New York Post.
Oh, that's hold on. Not legal. Yeah, so the year was the classic Liberia was committed to improvise. Okay, all right, hold up.
That's liberal. We need Liberia.
Yeah, hold up.
LIB.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is how you're supposed to spell it right here, right?
IA. It's RIA, LIBERIA.
Yeah, that's what I'm typing in. I hear the Black Back to Africa movement. That's it right there.
That's it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Back to Africa movement was based on a widespread belief among some European Americans in the 18th and 19th century United States that African Americans would want to return to the continent of Africa. In general, the political movement was an overwhelming failure. Very few former slaves wanted to move to Africa because we ain't from there. The small number of free slaves or prisoners of war who did settle in Africa, some under duress, meaning they forced them to go to Africa, initially faced brutal conditions due to diseases to which they no longer had biological resistance because they ain't never had biological resistance to African pathogens because they ain't from there. Okay. As the failure became known in the United States in the 1820s, it spawned and energized the abolitionist movement. In the 20th century, the Jamaican political activist and Black nationalist Marcus Garvey, members of the Rastafarian movement, and other African Americans supported the concept, but few actually left the United States. That wasn't never the fucking intent anyway. In the late 18th century, thousands of Black loyalists joined British military forces during the American Revolutionary War. In 1787, the British Crown founded a settlement in Sierra Leone in what was called the Province of Freedom, that's where Freetown, beginning a long process of settlement of formerly enslaved African Americans in Sierra Leone. During these same years, some African Americans launched their own initiatives to return to Africa. And by 1811, Paul Cuffey, a wealthy New England African American Native American shipper, had transported some members of the group known as the Free African Society to Liberia. Okay. During these years, also, some free African Americans relocated to Haiti. Ain't that something? Yeah. Where a slave revolution had affected the free Black state by 1800. On the 18th of November, 1803, Haiti became the first nation ever to successfully gain independence through a slave revolt. In the following years, Liberia was founded by free people of color from the United States. Notice they say free people of color. Yeah. Right? The immigration of African Americans, both free and recently emancipated, was funded and organized by the American Colonization Society, which hoped that slavery could be ended as an institution without releasing millions of former slaves into American society. Ain't that something? Mm-hmm. The mortality rate of these settlers was the highest in accurately recorded human history, of the 4,571 immigrants who arrived in Liberia between 1820 and 1843, only 1,819 survived.
Mm-hmm.
So you see what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know where you from, somebody else can say you abandoned your shit.
And steal it.
Right. Go to Google and pull up America's colonial abandoned land policy. It's supposed to be abandoned land.
Okay. Okay. I'm typing in abandoned land. Yeah, that's it right there. Let's see. You want to read? Let me see if I can read maybe this one right here first. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. It's saying the New England colonies grew by a process of group settlement. The general courts of the various colonies, most notably that of the Massachusetts Bay, would make a grant of land to a migrating group, fixing its boundaries carefully. Close that out, Elder. This group would then establish a new town, its common lands, fencing, grazing practices, and the mode of appointment of farms was regulated by the general court or legislator, but each town then took control of land allotments and management. The legislator determined who should be admitted to the town as settlers and freeholders. You know, a freeholder is somebody who actually got stake in the community.
Yeah. It's like it ain't communism, is it? It's like what they call it. Not capitalism. It's another form of government.
Fascism.
Yeah, fascism. That's what it is.
The town meeting and boards of town.
Yeah, hold up. Okay, we right. Okay.
It was down past that, close to the next paragraph.
Right, threw me off. Okay. You see it?
The town meetings or boards of town proprietors laid out the land of each settlement as house lots, common fields, meadow, and pasture, and ultimately divided it among owners. Inhabitants of each town commonly dwelt together for society and protection and travel from the town center to till their acres. The typical town was thus closely akin to an English manor, but with no lord of the manor at his head. You see that, right?
Yeah, I'm going with you.
If there's no lord of the manor, that means there's no landlord.
Yeah.
The town was, of course, the church center, and its pastor was the community leader. Militia services, election, and taxation was based on the town. In Virginia, settlement followed an entirely different pattern. There, the colonists spread out widely up the creeks and rivers, soon moving westward as far as the falls of James River, where the city of Richmond now stands, partly because tobacco rapidly impoverished the soil. They tilled land in much larger units, known as plantations, with almost no village centers, and they made much greater use of servants and significantly slaves than did New England. The pattern was unfavorable to social life, cooperation, and communal activities, but it created a spirit of independence.
Mm-hmm. Let me walk you down.
Right? So all this is telling you how they settling on the land. That's all what that is.
Okay, all right. I'm with you.
So you can share that link in the description and they can read the rest of it themselves.
Yeah. We might want to take this one out too, Rod. They get something interesting on this. It says
click it. Let's see.
All right,
The origin of property rights, the colonial period.
Yeah.
The chapter, okay, going past abstracts, that's just a summary.
Okay. All that they give us nothing else. Damn. Let's make sure maybe I can click on it right here. Okay. It says I gotta get access. Let's see if it let me pull this up. Access view chapter. View chapter. Oh, it won't let me. Let's see. Maybe I got another source I can pull it up on. Land policy with British colonies. Okay, yeah, it might. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this one might be a good one right here, Rod.
The history of American land use is largely a story of the country's agricultural history. Remember Martin Luther King was talking about mechanizing the farms?
Yeah.
In the journey from Europe to the New World, colonists brought traditions, religious beliefs, customs, laws. You see that, right?
Yeah.
And the desire of acquiring land. Acquiring land in the New World provided colonists with the basis of survival. Land allowed individuals to provide and maintain their own food source, gain wealth, and achieve a greater level of social status. Customs and laws of Europe brought with colonists included the requirement of land ownership to achieve many social rights. The ownership of the land often conferred the right to vote on males. With the British American colonies dominated by settlers intent on farming land, land policies provided methods by which the colonists obtained land and established land tenure. 6 months generally describe acquiring land in the early colonies. An individual could acquire land by purchasing land from the crown, the head right system, a grant from the crown to a supporter, friend, or those of the crown owed a debt. New England Township surveys for churches and corporate groups squatting, you see that, right?
Yeah, squatting, keyword.
And renting, although each method had drawbacks, the colonists experienced a greater opportunity of securing land than in Europe. Establishing claims to the land required a method of surveying and recording the land. Colonists adopted the rather imprecise method of meters and bounds. Using the method, the landowner or survey defined the property's boundary by using imaginary lines that connected to trees, streams, boulders, and other geographic features, thereby forming the outer limits of the land parcel. The imprecise method of and inaccuracy of surveyors and owners left the legal system overwhelmed with conflicting land claims. The American Revolution also served as a mechanism to shape the nation's land policy. Americans looked to the newly secured Western lands with anticipation. However, conflicting claims to the land limited the utilization of the land in an orderly manner. The Continental Congress, see what this is now. Continental Congress reached a compromise after much debate between the states over the issue of claims to Western lands by Massachusetts, Virginia, Connecticut, in exchange for the states with Western land claims ceding Confederation. With the Western lands in the possession of the national government, Congress passed the Land Ordinance of 1785. The ordinance authorized surveying and orderly sale of the lands. The ordinance also set up the precedent of using surveying methods set up on the grid system that included the 36 sections per township. While the system has undergone several changes, it is relatively recognizable as the precursor to modern township surveying. So
Hey.
you see how they was just basically they moved to a plot of land and stake a claim, and it has to fall within the grid network to set up a township. Right. So they all got together to do that. That's squatters. They exercising the squatter right.
Hey, you know something too? To add to what you said, when you read the American Revolution part in 1785 in the Continental Congress, one thing that came to my head is the image of John Hanson, that picture where he said he had a look on his face like we getting fucked. I don't want to take. He had a look on his face. So John Hanson was a part of that Continental Congress and all that what they was doing for stealing our land. That's why he was looking like that. He looking like, oh man, we getting fucked. He hit that look on his face, man. I'm telling you.
Well, you got to remember, most of them didn't know they was being tricked until the trick was over with. They didn't know it in real time, or they wouldn't have fell for it.
That's right.
Right. A lot of this stuff they was doing this. That's why they had to emphasize that the English brought the law over here, because that's how the barristers became the managers of the property. They worked for the lords for keeping books.
That's right.
That's why they could classify us as a ward of the state, because then the barristers can deal with us according to the rules that the lords gave them to govern over the land's function. They only need to maintain government in order to maintain the property rights. But now that the government has been overruled for fraud and deception, now they don't have nothing to stand on. All things revert back to the original owners. And the owners revert back before 1492, 1776, 1863, 67, any of that shit. We was already owners of the land. So now we go back to being farmers of the land, husbands again. Properly raising our children.
Sharecroppers.
No, we ain't finna be nobody sharecropper. We gonna work our own shit.
I'm talking about like
everybody in the family that want a job got a job. And then the family banks is taking back the money they stole from us through the bank frauds.
Okay. Hey, so let me ask you this, because you mentioned the word law and that they brought their own law, and I heard that Elijah Muhammad or somebody else said that they based it off Muslim law. I may have been Taj Tariq Bey, and then I heard another thing where that these guys I think it might have been you that said this, and we was talking on the class where you said they had a protocols of Zion. And that was their law is based on the
protocols of Zion is the blueprint for conquering us.
Okay.
That's the blueprint. That's the business model.
No, it might no. Oh, you know what it might have been? The Hermetic principles. I think that's what what you said. The Hermetic principle, the law.
Yeah, the Hermetic principles is the law telling you how nature works.
Yeah. That's why. Hey, that's why I think you said that, and that's why they base like real law is natural crime. Natural law is real law, not the artificial shit that they created, the codes and statutes and ordinance and all this shit. That's like artificial law versus the original law of the Hermetic principles, or really Tahuti. You know what I'm saying? Really Tahuti thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit is some hot shit, Rod. And Thomas Jefferson and Alex Hamilton was in on it, look like right here. During the early republic debate over the nation lands disclosure policy raged between the Federalists and the anti-Federalists. The Federalists, such as Alexander Hamilton, called for a policy that saw land prices remaining higher in order to deepen the nation's treasures. Man, look at this shit. These boys right here fucking. And something right now, I believe that these bro, I believe we started something, bro. When you start going after these cats, these dirty moors, they start raising the price of everything so they can. I mean, I feel like they charging us 3-4 times more for gold now, just so we can't buy it, just so we can't get it. They want us to keep this fiat debt note. They don't want us to get it, but switch that shit over for gold or switch it over for some kind of metals or real commodity money. And so I feel like they overloading us with the prices of shit. Everything is fucking 10 times more than what it was.
Boy, you gotta look.
Okay.
It's according to supply and demand, and everybody that's rich know about the need to purchase gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's just our people have no clue about the falling economy and how to secure their assets.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know nothing about gold trading, purchasing gold. They don't know nothing about Forex trading and none of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they got to try to figure it out. I'm not the financial expert. I can figure it out if I was working on that problem directly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was working on tearing down the centralized banking system
Mm-hmm.
that each one of the 13 families had representing their interests.
Mm-hmm.
So now what we gonna do is we gonna decentralize the banks and give it wealth back to the people. That's how when you seized all of the banks that they owe that national debt to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you seize those banks, that national debt is then owed to us.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the infrastructure to be rebuilt is the national debt now.
Okay.
So now we'll have resources available for the Wounded Warrior Project to set up life modules for veterans, not just wounded veterans.
Okay.
Right? All veterans gonna be able to pick what we call a cutout. It's gonna consist of a home, automobile, a 5-year grocery stipend, and a clothing voucher incrementally to keep continuously upgrading their clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And those who are injured, wounded warriors, then they stuff have to be able to accommodate what the handicap was that they suffered. So if they're in a wheelchair, their house got to be wheelchair accessible.
That's right. That's right.
Right? Stuff like that. If they need a caregiver, then the Wounded Warrior Project will have caregivers whose job is to go and aid and assist in wounded warriors, and they pay them straight out of because they're going to be heavily funded. A lot of the money that we taken that we seized that was being used for what's called Black Ops, those deep, dark programs that they was running, we seized a lot of the secret accounts that was in the trillions. And that money is going to be applied to the veterans that was being damaged in the wars. We want to get into a culture where we giving aid and assistance to one another in healing and recovery so that everybody on the planet can experience the healing and recovery as a collective, which will accelerate the healing and recovery and make us autonomous again. Right? So the HUD program has been seized for fraud. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac's been seized for fraud. And then now the new government is going to have houses that would have been HUD houses, but now they're going to be part of community development programs by putting families in homes that would have no other way of getting a home. Right? And ain't going to be no rent. You're just going to be assigned a home, but you're going to be required to do the upkeep and the continuous improvement on the property. And they're going to be programs to fund and finance you being able to do that. So all neighborhoods are going to just become beautified from, instead of putting tax money in, we're going to be spending money to make small contractors have sufficient businesses where you don't have to run a multi-conglomerate to bring your community back to functionality. We want the doula centers set up, doula centers, and they're going to have the orphanages under the jurisdiction of the doulas, who specialize in early childhood development in order to give them the best optimum start in their life from whatever condition we extracted them from. So there's a lot of programs that's going to be ran, and these are going to all spring out of a FEMA effort after the continuity of government, looking for where to put the money at in order to bring the community up. A lot of guys that's convicts that can be released, they're going to be trained for, if they want a job, what kind of job you want, what do you want to work in, what do you want to do. If they willing and they want to put in the work, then we'll have programs and put in position where they can be functional assets to societies instead of liabilities. We learned that from analyzing the gang culture, that if the people that have a support system when they come home, their recidivism drops by 90%. And the ones with no support system, their recidivism increases incrementally according to the type of support system they have in place.
That's a fact.
So that just means that strong family bonds keep families from producing criminals. That's all it means. So now we just got to make families out of everybody so everybody can look forward to progressive movement instead of destructive behaviors. This is serious, man. I can't get the level of urgency to the people with a sufficient enough information for them to know how urgent what I'm saying is for us to come back together. Start calling family members, say, hey, if some shit jump off, how are we gonna deal with this shit? We don't know what to expect. So since we don't know what to expect, we need to figure out how to prepare for shit. Because if you look at what's going on around you in government, in banking, and military, it's a whole bunch of crazy shit going on that most of us is going through la la land not noticing. So we need to start reaching out to family members, talking about if the shit hit the fan, what the fuck we gonna do? Who else we supposed to meet up at? You know what I mean? Where's the generators? Who got a storehouse of food? You know what I'm saying? How many people can you feed for a week? We don't know none of this shit.
You say
generally.
So Rod, you think that this is the last, like on Biden, after this 2024, the new election, it's gonna be some shit that's gonna pop off that we think that it's gonna change everything?
I don't think we're gonna wait till the 2024 election. This shit it could be any day now. Probably I'm looking at next week sometime because they had a deadline to respond today in court, and we haven't heard the ruling yet. So that's gonna come out one day next week.
That's facts, because they filed for they bankruptcy 19 November. They was paying rent every month to stay in business by using the American people off the tax, increasing the gas prices, try to stay in business to pay that debt, try to pay, but they ain't really, they never can pay it. They ain't gonna be able to never pay it. They just was buying time. So I think they out of business too, Rod. They ain't got no money. How the hell they gonna do it? They don't got nothing.
Everybody ain't watching, Elder. That's all I can tell you, man. People don't understand how serious and critical the times is, but my urgency and sheer volume of information I put out is only enough to just fascinate them and say, wow, that nigga smart.
Yeah.
but they don't act on it. Actionable information. I'm just not getting motherfuckers to start looking up the receipts saying, oh shit, that nigga right.
Yeah.
Imagine once they get past that part of doing something about it.
So what should we be doing, Rod, as a people? Like, I know we can unify, come together, and like you said, start figuring out how we gonna get past the
Look, I give all of the young chiefs that ask me that question the same instructions.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep giving these instructions until it makes sense to somebody. And somebody gonna change everything when they get the instruction. For the young chiefs coming up, the rule is most loved, most respected. If the family need to be brought together, call somebody that you've never talked to in your family or haven't in years and have a simple conversation with them. And that increases your rank in the family the more you do that, which puts you in a position when the money and shit get released to start moving your family in position to receive. Somebody has to take the initiative to start building relationships across family barriers or tacky ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody got to get past that secret squirrel shit, Uncle Chester the child molester ass shit, and put that nigga out the motherfucking family.
Get it old Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood ass shit.
That shit.
Hey, well, Rod, we about maybe about 25 minutes out. If y'all want to start dropping a couple questions in, I probably got like one question that's related to the 13, but if you got any questions, whatever, pretty much, because Rod, he open vortex, man, and I feel in the zone. He in the zone right now. So if you got some good questions, go on, set them up into the chats. Hey, my question is, Rod, I know we had people say when we do our research on the Dendora calendar, we had 13 star constellations that we were dealing with. I guess that would include ours plus the 12 that we go around with. Is that a connection between the 13 that they using on the alchemy, with the 13 months or 13 constellations?
So they took the months and to weed the mother out of the equation and made the 12 zodiacal signs of the grand man.
Okay.
The 13th position is zodiac center. Right? That's what you call the God seat. 13 is I with the M on its side. That means flip. I apostrophe M is short for I am. Right? So this is a God concept. On a God flip. On the I am off of a 13 in the Queen Mother seat without missing a fucking beat.
Man.
Now, when you push the 1 against the 3, the 13 becomes the B because that's the bee in flight, right? That's the bee in search of the honey. Now, the bee is also an 8 with his back against the wall. And the 8 is a queen waiting to be seated, right? 80 is an open queen seat, and the 08 is a queen waiting to get on her seat. A 888 is a seated empress. 880 is an empress with an open seat, right? So when you're looking at the number 13, 1 is the alpha, but the 3 is the 2-ball cane. So we're talking about an alpha male flip. That's a gorilla knot off a gorilla grip, off of a zigzag flip on a knock to a knockback, upside down and turned it around, off of the M. And the M is for mama. And mama is for Mother Earth. Because Mother Earth is a representation of Big Mama. And Big Mama was Mother Margaret. Margaret is just another variant of Mary. And Marius is a rebellious woman. And the rebellious woman is the name they get a queen of heaven and earth because they can't control her. But she can control them. And they don't want to listen to her, so they classify her as rebellious woman. right? So they call her Mary. So every time one of the kings emerged, if he don't emerge at the hand of a Mary, you know he faking the funk.
Okay, I got you. Somebody got a question. They say, what is the frequency of the number 13 and Friday the 13th and all that connection?
Okay, so Friday the 13th is Freya. Freya is the maiden witch, and 13th is the queen mother. It's the old crone and the young maiden being given the wisdom. That's why they hate Friday the 13th. Right? Double feminine energy, big mama energy, and little girl energy. And what was the other part?
Like it was Friday 13, the frequency of the number 13.
Well, it's all of the numbers are charged alchemically. I don't know the exact frequency of the numbers like that because I wasn't part of my research that I was supposed to be on top of like that.
I think yeah, it's a lot of shit behind this. Let's see what we got. What else we got? They say question, Jupiter red spot is supposed to about to be birth another planet. How will that affect our constellation? Have you heard about this happening? Gratitude.
Can you say that again, Elder?
It says question from Empress Me. Jupiter's red spot is supposedly about to birth another planet. How will that affect our constellation? And have you heard about this happening? Gratitude.
So it's not gonna birth a new planet, but what might come out that motherfucker is a ship.
That's right.
That's a portal gateway on this Jupiter that you see as the red spot.
One guy said, Michael says, can you clear up the Murdoch Jesus Luciferian connection, please?
I don't know what do you mean clear it up?
I guess what's the connection between Jesus, Murdoch, and Lucifer? I guess he's saying
Jesus is Isis. There's two Murdochs, Marduk and Murdoch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One of them Enlil's son, one of them Enki's son. The God of the Bible is Yahweh, which is Enki's brother Enlil. The dispute is between Isis and her brother Enlil, who offered her to let her rule the kingdom if he would rule under her, and she said no. You can rule this motherfucker to the close of the age so I can get it all back for my babies. That's the connection.
What is the significance, Child Lady Al? What is the significance of Lilith in present day time? If you got anything on that.
Lilith is the hidden dark mother energy. She's represented by the brown-skinned sister who's very serious about taking care of business, but she know how to relax and chill out when ain't no business on the flow. She's representing Lilith energy, dark mother energy. The energy is significant anytime you want to use what we call moon magic, right? So you harnessing Lilith energy according to the dark phases of the moon, from when it begins to wane to when it starts back to wax. All of the dark sides of that is being able to harness the Lilith energy.
All right, next one, Rod, we got where is it? It says, why did the FBI shut down the observatory in Hawaii and NASA? Do you got everything on that, Rod?
Yeah, they don't want y'all seeing what's coming before they tell y'all what's coming.
Exactly.
You got to be able to control all information outlets And anything that can reveal the information before you want it revealed, you got to cap that motherfucking avenue.
Hey, you know something too, Rod? I think Baba spoke on that too, but it's like it's like it's like thousands of ships out there because people here to pick up their people. They spiritual beings that's here in avatars there at school. And so it's thousands of ships out there because the deadline we had made a galactical treaty with Earth that's gonna be up in 11. Is it really up in 2030? But they got a 13-year deadline grace period to take their people out. So that's where the 13 come in at. 13. See, the vortex supposed to open in 2023. And then the next time it opens in 3033 and then 4043 every 10 years, right? So the 13 from 2030 to 2043 is the grace period that we gave to pick up our people. And so a lot of the ships are here and they shut down that observatory because they seeing all these ships and they don't want, they try to figure out what the hell is going on. They don't want people to panic. They don't want to cause mass hysteric when you figure out that everything that you was taught was pretty much bullshit on the God and all that. And that it's really extraterrestrials here to pick up their people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a lot of validity to it, but also the coronation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember they crowning the new king of heaven and earth.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, Horus is ascending to the throne of Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
This hasn't been done since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was always blocked by the Anunnaki using a divine right to rule.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when they let the children of the earth into the games, now we win. This is a galactic event of untold proportions. So imagine how a Super Bowl or a WrestleMania event was. Now put that on a galactic level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's been ships out there on the other side of the sun and just hovering out there out of our view by staying behind the sun as we orbit. The whole parking lot of ships orbit on the other side of the sun to block us from seeing them.
Thanks.
They've been there for some years. Right? Every now and then, a couple of them might dip out, go dock on the back of the moon or some shit, and go back out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might go to one of the other stars, go to one of the other planets, or because they got jump stations for different stuff in the on different moons throughout the solar system.
Mm-hmm.
Those jump stations is like a truck driver going to the truck stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they go there for different purposes. Some of them go there for intergalactic prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
He might want to fuck a bitch with 3 legs or something. You never know.
Yeah, Enlil the real nigga, man. Hey, I just sit down and thought about how crazy the nigga is and how just psychotic he is and how he just fuck them, kill them all. I said kill them all. God damn it! What the hell you did? Inky, you went out there and saved on the fish tomb. Who the hell is these guys? Hey, he got his ass busted. Hey, Enlil got his ass busted. Look, hey, they was at a party. They was at a party, right? They up in there eating deer, drinking beer. Bible talk about it in the Holy Tablets in chapter 2. They was in there eating beer, drinking deer, smoking blunts and everything, bro. I'm telling you, these boys, I'm telling you, they ain't anarchists. And then Inky walked in, Enlil got mad, like, look at the, he come this nigga. And then so they had a conversation, and then they were talking like, did y'all destroy all the humans? They're like, yeah, we destroyed them all. That's what Inky told them. Yeah, we got rid of them all. But he said it in a low tone, so Enlil didn't believe him. And then all of a sudden, some dude bust through the door and said, "Sire, we have word that some of the humans survived." And he was like, "What? Who? How did they survive?" And then Inky came clean and told him that he told Noah to build a boat and all that and saved them, right?
Yeah.
And he got Enlil got pissed off, but when he got so raged one of a new secret like informers was in the party, and he called Anu down, and Anu showed up to the party. When Anu came down, he was like, what is all this commotion? And then they started telling them, they said that we created some humans to work the mines, and because the Anarchists were complaining, they said that the work was too hard, and we created these people, but Enlil tried to destroy them. He wanted us to take them all out, and Anu said, "What? This is it." Woo woo. Eventually, Anu settled it, and he said that, well, what I'm gonna do is you can't kill Noah now. You can't kill them because they got a right to live. So he put a covenant, made a deal that said they couldn't, made a contract that said that Enlil couldn't touch Noah now. The people that Enki saved. And so he pissed off because, look, and another thing too, when they was holding court, Enlil said, "Where's the witnesses?" And then Enki went and got Utna Fishtomb and brought him as a witness to testify against Enlil. That's another reason why he pissed off at the people of Earth. It's a whole bunch of shit going on, right? So Noah said, yeah, there was a flood, they did this, they broke her down, they used this weather weapon, whatever, right? And then that's what got Enlil pissed off, that Enki made him look bad in front of Anu, and that he had a witness to prove that he was lying. And so from that point on, he been hot about it. He been trying, fucking got niggas doing chemical weapons. He got niggas putting shit in food.
But it go back to, it's a little deeper than that.
Yeah, go ahead. You got something on it? That's what I got on chapter 2.
Because the reason why he wanted them destroyed, because he created them on his own. He wanted to create his own species of Lulu Amalu. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want Enki's species to be superior to his. Right. So he put Dinnersin to work. And his scientists, when they created the motherfuckers and started making the birth defects, they called Nergal from Nibiru. That's how he got down here with a risky gal.
That's right. Go ahead.
Right. So the argument was originally between Anu and Enlil about Inanna, because Inanna had supreme authority on earth as the queen of heaven and earth. He wanted the Y chromosome to overrule the matriarchal right to rule on the feminine planet Earth. And he said because the male gods were superior. So when he fell out with his brother, that's the story of Set and Osiris. Right? So once Osiris was murdered by Set, Isis had a son by parthenogenesis. This is what the big problem was. Because when they went back to go talk to Anu, he was complaining about what Inanna had went and made a male child heir to the throne. They got both the Y chromosome right to rulership and the X chromosome right to inherit. That's fucking wrong. She cheated. And Anu laughed at his ass. And then he came back down here. This is why he started trying to create his own, because Isis told him in front of Anu, if you think the male guy's superior, nigga, pop your motherfucking gird, squat down and spit me out a motherfucking baby boy or girl. Hey. Whichever one your punk ass can do. Enlil got mad and stormed out. That's why they were so beefing so contentiously when they called Anu down here, because he wanted to kill, Enlil want every motherfucking thing dead.
That's why he said
they didn't kill everything like he said.
And he got pissed. It's right there in the Holy Tablets. He got fucking mad. He took a beer can and smashed it against the wall. Motherfucker, I told you.
All that is the story of what was taking place when in the court with Set and Osiris is the other part of the story. Remember, they had the big fight in the courtyard in front of all of the people. And then Set tricked Osiris by offering him a consolation gift, a coffin that he sealed him in and murdered him. See, all that shit tied together. It's all the same story, but it's broke up into pieces and scattered, so you don't know what the fuck going on. And then they can say it was in the public domain, but they was too intellectually lazy to put it together.
The same personality traits that Enlil got is the same personality traits as Satuk. If you study the person, he was jealous. Satuk was jealous. He was crazy, off the hook. This dude was unpredictable, man. Enlil would be sitting there smoking a joint, and then all of a sudden he'd say, all right, let's go out here and fucking shoot a couple of these humans. I mean, or just shoot them, zap them, or whatever. Just fucking, or he'll just be sitting there in front of his little laptop screen hitting the joint, and then he'll zoom in on some niggas with that laser satellite and say, oh, I don't like these niggas. Hit delete. And them niggas get hit zapped with a fucking laser, and they say, oh, God struck down on us. God, you know what I'm saying? God attacked us, or God didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker did that shit for
wrath of the gods. But see, now when we talk about ancient gods, there was two of them that they feared. Nimrod, they called him the God killer. Right? Nimrod was Nenegazita. Right? So the other god they feared was the god of Moab called Chemosh. They called him the Mighty One. Right? And he was a warrior known for going into combat with his fists and fighting armies of motherfuckers by himself. Established his reputation as one with the mighty fists, the Mighty One, Chemosh. Then you had the beloved one, which was Adonai. That's Enki. Everybody love Enki. You can't, no matter how much wrong that nigga do, you can't not like him.
I'm telling you.
He just charismatic like that, lovable guy. Give you everything he got.
He show love.
But he's just an experiment on your ass too. In the name of science.
They're not emotional like regular humans. These beings, they're emotional.
Right, because they understand the nature of an eternal being. So you got to look at, you eternal, and you're going to wake up sometime in the future and remember who the fuck you is. But in the meantime, what are you going to do? Right? If you just go through every life with one continuous memory from your last life to this one, your life will be so fucking dull because you won't have no sense of awe, no sense of surprise. Everything will be redundant. So you get the amnesia. The amnesia is for you to experience life brand new every time you come in. But the amnesia wasn't total. It was selective. Because you chose to use your short-term memory more than your long-term memory. So when you go back, you have to deliberately go into the archives of the long-term memory to pull past life regressions to the forefront. We used to know how to do all that shit till these motherfuckers fucked the program up.
I know, like I said, and it's the killing part about it, Rod. They're not just doing it on our planet; they doing it on a couple more other planets. So we think, we think we the only niggas.
If not thousands.
Yeah, if not thousands, right? So, and they was, I know some of the stuff that, because Baba was revealing a lot of the stuff to me, like in the dream, like every time he wanted me to know something, like he told me about the Moors being the fallen angel with Moors. And he already had said it pretty much, but people just looked over it. He already put it like in right there. Like if you read it right, you will see it that these people were Moors, and they was teaching the humans how to make knives and astronomy and shit. But was that a bad thing? It was a bad thing for Enlil because he wanted to control niggas. He didn't want you to know about no. It's like teaching the chicken how to use a knife, and you come in to fucking carve it, the chicken up, wring his neck and pluck him, and he pull out a knife like, nah, motherfucker, you ain't finna get me, nigga. We finna dance for this. I'm finna, because they have a right to live. Chickens have a right to live. As supreme high dimensional beings know that. Trees have their living, breathing organisms. They have life, a spirit, an energy that's resonating on the like Rod put it, the Schumann resonation. The shoe, but it ain't gonna be the shoe man. It's gonna be the shoe Tefnut now, like he said, right? The shoe Tefnut. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, you got it. I'm just
the shoe Tefnut resonance. And so what's happening is that this nigga. And somebody asked in the chat about Tammuz. Keep in mind, Enlil was trying to set Tammuz up. Enlil was trying to set Tammuz up as the fall guy, it's like this. He was going to use Tammuz as a scapegoat because he was trying to get rid of the evidence. Keep in mind, when a nigga do a crime, because he committed a crime, he stepped in and broke galactical law by upgrading the Homo sapiens, Homo erectus to Homo sapiens. He was in charge. They left him in charge, so he was gonna take the fall for the whole thing. So the destroying these humans part was to destroy the evidence. That way, when he go to court, nigga, y'all ain't got no evidence. But he wasn't counting on Enki saving Utna Fish Tomb, which was the witness to the whole fucking crime. The witness to the whole crime was Utna Fish Tomb, other than Enki, right? And then another thing, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna give."
That's what they took Enoch up there for.
Yeah.
Enoch was one of the witnesses too.
That's right.
Enoch is Tahuti.
Go ahead.
So they called him. They want to know how to fix the problem. Right, that's why they call Enoch up there. How do we fix this genetic problem that they done fucked up on the earth? Right, and then you revert back to the Sumerian scrolls. What did Enki tell Enlil in the motherfucking argument? All they need is one drop of Anunnaki blood, and it cures the birth defect. So it's the same principle. All of the earth families, that's the royal families, gave a drop of blood. And that's why you got so many brighter complexion people around the world. That's like, for instance, when you pulled up Sicily, the first ones they pulled up was the mulattoes.
Yeah, that's right.
But they think that they straight Italians. They mulattoes. Half-breeds. Hybrids. Well, they got to get their drop of blood because it's time to ascend. You created a sentient being and tried to deny them the right to ascension, which caused a backlash from the center of the galaxy, Big Mama herself. So Enoch had to tell them how to solve the problem. When you go to the Wisdom of Solomon and he's talking to all of the demons, he's talking about codons on the DNA and who's going to work on what part of the genome. That's why he keep asking them what angel they fall under, what angel complicates you. When he's talking about the angel, he's talking about the angle that the light come in on the genome. He know whether it's Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, or Raphael, what frequency is supposed to hit the DNA in order to manifest its proper motherfucking response. That's what they talking about. But we think they talking about what? We don't know. Ain't nobody telling us. All we know is he building Solomon's temple and he getting the help from some demons. What the fuck is Solomon's temple? It's the soul of man.
Right? Get him.
The temple is the temple of man. So Solomon builds his temple, the temple of man, for his soul. Because it's the soul of man that goes in the temple. And every one of these religions said that the body is the temple. So if the body is the temple and the soul of man dwells in the temple, then how do you build the motherfucking temple? You build the character, that's the infrastructure, right? And the character is derived from the blueprint, like father, like son, like mama, like daughter. Follow the proper path. Take the good shit from them and throw the bad shit away. Use everything you can that was sent to hold you down as a come up. They throw rocks, build a castle, motherfucker.
That's a good one.
By the time they realize what you're doing, it'll be too late. You'll be securing your fortress.
And that remind me of a story of an old man told me, because I like when them stories they be giving me game, these old guys. And he said that there was a rabbit that got caught in a fox den. You probably heard this story before, Rod. And he said when the rabbit got caught, the fox said, "All right, I caught you. I'm finna cook you. You know, I'm finna cook you. I'm finna put you on some carrots in there on you. Finna cut me a couple onions in there on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ball you, brother. You got caught, right? But
make some rabbit fricassee.
Yeah, I'm gonna make rabbit stew out of you, partner. You caught, right? But then the rabbit, he's smart. Then he's outsmarted the fox. He said, yeah, man, you can go and cook me. That'll be better. He said, but whatever you do though, don't throw me in the briar patch. Don't throw me in the briar patch, please. I'd rather you cook me, butter me up, you know what I'm saying? Cook me, stuff me, but don't throw me in the briar patch. And the fox said, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Just because you don't want to go throw in the briar patch, I'm gonna throw you in the briar patch. So the damn fox threw the damn rabbit into the briar patch. And when the rabbit got in the briar patch, he took off running a little ways and he looked back at the fox, said, "Dumb motherfucker, this is why I wanted to be at the whole time in the briar patch." So hey,
reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Make him think he thought of it and then make him follow through with it.
That's what we get. That's the alchemy we got to use on them now. We got to use that same alchemy on them. We got to make them agree to what we want to do and make them think that they thought of it.
Let's take 2 more questions. I'm wearing down now.
Yeah, it's over with, man. We already 2 minutes over. Hey, give me 2 questions out of the chat, man. It says, "Can you okay? All right, yeah. Which already a wrap, baby. Hey, this was a good one though. It says, yep, how you manifest light through your own crystal DNA genetic prism can be self-change." Okay, I guess they were making a comment. So the crystals on the DNA. Could you go in on that, Rod?
Yeah, the DNA is crystalline amino acid construct. That's the base building materials for DNA is amino acids crystals.
Okay, all right. I like
right.
That.
21 complex amino acids that make up the chain of aminos.
Okay.
Right. They're held together by the polypeptides as the joints to stack the genome, and then it forms into the double helix. Then it begins to separate, and then it comes back together with another piece to share the data in order to update other parts of the genome of what's taking place.
Okay.
Right. So the crystals that's on the genome is powered from the mitochondrial of the cell. And this is why you have to be mitochondrially synced to the earth, because certain ones of these solar rays, if you're not synced to the earth by mitochondrial, it's definitely going to fry your DNA. Because you're not synced to the earth, you got to go. It's just the rules of the universe. And as part of the cleanup mechanism that the universe have for the earth to put herself through the equivalent of a UV light to get rid of these motherfucking parasites.
That's
right? So the crystalline amino acids form the DNA and they become memory crystals. You can access the memory crystals, which gives you access to information from your whole genetic stock that preceded you. You can branch off once you know where your genetic stock branches are, and you can go down different parts of the family tree to know who you related to. And it don't matter what their skin complexion was. If they mixed in your blood, you can read the bloodline.
Okay. We got one more. We're gonna take one more. We out, right? Okay, all right. Here we go. It says, do you think that neuromelanin is the taurodin plasma of the ancient? Let me say this word. Primordial noon, the primordial noon. Okay, let me read it
Look,
again.
melanin is autosentient. I mean, it's intelligent by itself. This is the advantage of being heavily melanated because you get a stronger field in which to download galactic information. Neuromelanin is most critical though, because it's through the neuromelanin that the melanin dark matter of prime creator communicates in the brain. And this is what determines if you allow to ascend or not, is your ability for your neuromelanin to connect with prime source. If your neuromelanin connect and then your mitochondrial sync to the earth, then you ascend automatically because you got the blood and the right. You need the blood in your veins and you need the right that you inherit from the earth in the form of mitochondria. So once that happens, that's how you ascend. So the neuromelanin becomes the most critical component of the ascension, because if you got mitochondria, which all female species of animal from Earth have, and you sync to the earth, and then those who are tied to your heart chakra sync to you, it sends a grid in the collective unconscious as a giant human egregore that we create as a collective unconscious to bump it straight. So the UV rays can affect that melanin, and that melanin can override any other defects by drawing the energy, the chaos energy from prime creator in, which is sentient melanin, to find where the anomalies are, because it'll automatically draw to it. Like they put dyes in your MRI, it does the same thing.
All right, man. You twist. Hey, I forgot to get damn. I always forget to get that ball clap disclaimer, man. We made those nigga couple ball caps on this one, man. Shit. You gotta give a nigga that ball cap disclaimer, man. Hey, my bad, bro. Hey, but we out of this thing, man, because I know it's like almost 1 o'clock, right? But this is another banger. This is another banger, bro. I'm telling you, a straight banger. Hey, man, we appreciate you, Rod. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, my brother Rod don't do it for money, but we dropped his Cash App in a link if you want to show him some love. We also gonna try to get those links that he sent me in the descriptions once the class process. So we thank you for tuning in, man. Peace, love, harmony throughout the boundless universe. Big Mama's energy tomorrow, man. Big Mama's Day is one of the days tomorrow, man, because Big Mama's the one that be throwing down originally all the good food on Thanksgiving, man. So happy Thanksgiving to people. You know, we know what the origin of it is. I already put the origin tape out already, but it's really a family day for us. Big Mama's Day, where we get together as a family and just kick it. Your family that you don't hang around because y'all be working and doing other things. But tomorrow is like a day y'all get together and, like Rod Hayes say, and talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow.
Any excuse to get the family together, take full advantage of it. Fuck what they talking about and fuck who they telling.
That's right. That's right. So, hey, we out, man. Hey, we gonna drop the mic off that one. Why do?
What do?